everybody, this is Janie the Artsy-Rose. Welcome back to Chapter 5 of Rindoh's main story. Shall we proceed? My finger hurts. Last night I fell and I have this nasty cut on my hand. Oh, not Chapter 5, it's Chapter 6. I'm sorry. Right, I remember this. Sorry, everyone. Anyway, let me do this over. Welcome back to Rindoh's main story, Chapter 6, not 5, and I'm just remembering where we left off. I found the scroll I found in Rindoh's room and just stood there, overcome with surprise. I was always told that legend, but all that time it was a curse, saying that I would die. Unable to believe it, I clenched the scroll in my hand. My father and mother must have known about this. Right? There's no way the head of the house at Tsuki wouldn't know this. But even though they knew, or rather, maybe because they knew, they sent me on this journey. I know I can't be wrong about this. Yet, I don't think it's sad or all that strange. It's shocking, but considering my father's personality, it makes sense. The house at Tsuki has the important role of being the meditator of Yamato Island. If the family head, my father, were given a choice between my life and the islanders' lives, I definitely know which one he would choose. But he must have suffered to make that decision. My parents both loved me dearly. They must be suffering so much, even at this very moment. Kuriko must know too. He knows everything about me. I remember the faces of my parents and Kuriko and almost started to cry. I might not be able to see my mother, father, or Kuriko again before I die. I avoid the urge to start sobbing and open the scroll one more time. As I read, I found that there's one more condition for the curse. The curse shall be fulfilled when the child is killed by a ninja with whom she shares emotional bondings. If the curse is not fulfilled, then the world will perish. So that means that I have to be killed by a ninja whom I love? A ninja whom I love? I wonder who it could be. No matter how much I think about it, only one person comes to mind. But that person is... Today I had been thinking that maybe Rindoh was pushing Ayumi away because since she's supposed to die on this journey, he doesn't want to get attached to her. But now looking at this, it reinforces it. Who wants to be tasked with the burden of killing off someone they love? I mean, it's hard enough to put a pet down when they're suffering, but killing somebody you want to give your heart to, or someone who you've already given your heart to, that's... You would either want to die, or you would rather want to die in that person's place instead. That's pretty tough. Now I wonder how the story will turn out. But the person is... At that moment, I heard the front door open. I look over and see Rindoh standing there with a frown on his face. Ayumi, no! Rindoh? Rindoh quickly walks towards me, his expression grim. He then takes the scroll out of my hand. Oh! Don't go reading other people's stuff! Something is odd about him. Though Rindoh is pretending to keep his usual calmness, something is different. Instead of fluttering like it usually does around him, my heart goes cold. How did you get that scroll? It is none of your business. How did you get that scroll? It is none of your business. His words made me lose my cool. It's none of my business? It's written about me in there! I can't help but raise my voice. Rindoh looks surprised and stares at my face. Ayumi no. Is what's written on that scroll true? There's a lot of stuff in there that I didn't know. Just what do you know, Rindoh? What on earth were you planning to do? Tell me! I pound on Rindoh's chest while straining my voice. Just doing that makes me dizzy again, but I still glare at him with all my strength. Don't be so loud. What are you going to do if you pass out again? I don't care if I pass out. I'm going to die anyway. Don't be stupid. He replies loudly, and I jump into surprise. He tightly grabs my shoulders and stares straight into my eyes. Rindoh, I'll tell you, just chill out. If you handle me again, You'll what? Never mind. Sit down. As he says, I sit down on the sofa. He makes some tea and hands me a cup. Here, drink this and calm down. Thanks. The steam from the cup rises up and helps calm my heightened emotions. So you're not going to ignore me anymore? You told me to tell you, didn't you? And I know all too well how stubborn you are. Well, I can't deny that. I can't have you read that scroll and then refuse to talk about it. You're right, it is about you. Rindoh sighs a little and ruffles my hair. The scroll, like the one you have, is supposedly left behind by Lady Ayumina I. So everything that's written is probably true. Probably? That's awfully vague, don't you think? It's not something that I received directly. I don't have any proof. However, it's very similar to the one you have, and the handwriting is also close enough to say that it's the same. It's almost certainly the real thing. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think it's real? Yeah, I think so. But if it is, then why would Lady Ayumina I leave behind 2 scrolls? This is just speculation, but since you read it, you know that there's some pretty awful stuff written. Yeah. Lady Ayumina I, out of concern for her descendants, maybe she wrote one scroll with only the most necessary information. She probably made the fake one in order to hide the truth. Well, when you have... Sorry about that. When you know you're gonna leave a big, heavy duty to your descendants, I can understand why she felt sensitive about it, why she was reluctant to tell that to her descendants, but I'd rather they know it so they can accept it now so they can work on accepting it now than working on accepting it later, because if death is part of their duty, they have to just do what they did with Colette from Tales of Fantasia. I think that's what it was called. Oh my goodness, I can't. Fantasy of... I don't remember. It's from a Tales game, and there was this girl called Colette. She was apparently a chosen one, and she knew that she was going to die at a young age, so she had to... She was brought up to be an extremely selfless person, and strong-hearted. Well, back to the story. Commercial break is done. No more commercial break! No more! If any descendants could not wield the sword, then the curse would be irrelevant anyway. If any descendants could not wield the sword, then the curse would be irrelevant anyway. But eventually, a descendant that could wield the sword would be born. And when that did happen, it would cause a lot of problems if no one knew the truth. So she loves the role too. I agree that Rindoh's idea makes sense, but there's something that I don't understand. But even then, shouldn't both copies belong to the house of Tsuki? Why is the other one, the one with the truth, written in it with your family? I wonder how Rindoh got his hands on it. Was it in a different place? Ask him one more time. Was it stolen? Come on, Rindoh. How did you get it? What would be the point of you holding onto the scroll? I told you I can't answer that, didn't I? Again, he really does like to hide the important part. He's not going to tell me anymore now. Well, I guess I'll just give up for now. I decided to move on from the topic and push away my feelings with a sigh. If the scroll is real, then I'm going to die. The true effect of the sword is also written on the scroll. The sword takes in the source of Ayakishis, people's negative energies. At the same time, it sucks away the life of the one who wields it. Will I die once the sword sucks all the life out of me? Or will the curse kill me? Either way, if I don't die, then Yamato Island won't be saved. So this is my day, going on a journey like this, not knowing anything at all. I'm such an idiot. I whisper, almost in tears. Well... Rindoh raises his hand a little, and then suddenly puts it down. Why are you so kind to me? Because you're like a little sister to me. I'm not your sister. If you don't have any feelings for me, don't be so nice to me. I can't do that. You're important to me. I can't be nice to you. Can I? I can't not be nice to you. Can I? It must be because I asked him not to be nice to me. I really wish you would take a hint. At a time like this, I actually could use his comfort at once. For once, I smile wearily instead. Could you stroke my head just for now? For you, as much as you want. He smiles kindly and I cling onto him in a tight hug. I put my hands around his broad neck, his broad back. He hugs me tight and strokes my head. I really do love Rindoh. And on top of him, I share emotional bonding. The only one that I can think of is Rindoh. But Rindoh doesn't love me. Even if he did kill me, Yamato Island wouldn't be saved. But there's nobody else that I want to love. So what's going to happen to the curse? What on earth am I going to do? After a sleepless night, Rindoh and I go back to the Autumn Village Chieftain's mansion in the morning. As I continue to wield the sword, my life will be sucked away. If I die, the curse won't be fulfilled. And then Yamato Island would perish before I had any time to worry about finding my true love. So can I really keep on doing with purification like this? My thoughts only run in circles, no answer in sight. I should ask the others about this. If I just worry about it by myself, I'll never come up with any good ideas. I'll tell everyone I had to talk to them about something before we go to the field of resurrection lilies. I meet everyone in Kikyo's room. Well, I know the next chapter is going to be interesting. Or the next episode. Episodes. I just can't. I'm not thinking straight. Well, I am Janie the Artsy-Rose, and I hope the story keeps getting good. And I hope we have a happy ending. Bye!